Hello creative soul! As promised, I'm showing you the milk firing process using my freshly baked pieces as an example. First, the piece must be porous enough to absorb the milk. That means it should either be bisque-fired or, like in my case, I use earthenware clay and fire it at 1040 degrees. This temperature makes the piece strong than bisque, but it still remains porous enough to absorb the milk. Here you can see how pieces look like before the milk firing. So here is what you'll need. Milk. The fattier the milk, the deeper and richer the final shade will be. The main thing is to avoid skimmed milk. By the way, I don't use milk just once. I pour the used milk back into the bottle and freeze it. When I need it again, I simply defrost and reuse it. This way I avoid waste. The final color will depend on how long the piece soaks and how fatty the milk is. The longer you soak it, the deeper the shade. In my case, I want my mushroom to look natural. Usually, the cup is darker and the steam is lighter, so I'll soak the cup for about 15 minutes and the steam for just about 5 minutes. How do you know when it's soaked enough? The surface should get a slightly slimy film from the milk. Make sure to swipe off any milk drips with a paper towel. If they stay, they'll turn darker than the rest of the surface, which might not look nice. But if that's the effect that you want, feel free to experiment. Really, it all comes with experience and practice. The first time you try it, you will get a sense of how long to soak your pieces to get the shades you want and how long to keep it in the oven to achieve your desired color. I'll place mine in the oven the next day. Right now they need to dry for at least 24 hours. The piece should be completely dry before firing. And here is the next day. Time to fire the mushrooms. I'll set the oven to 280 Celsius degrees and fire them about 15 minutes. If you want a darker shade, you can fire them a bit longer. Just check the color as you go. But one very important warning: milk firing in a regular kitchen oven smells really bad. Burnt milk has a very unpleasant smell. That's the only downside, but the results are absolutely worth it. And be very careful when you open your oven because pieces are very hot. Just leave them cool down before you take them out. And here you go. Looks like just from the forest. What do you think? Do they look like real? Once my pieces are finished, I apply a protective layer because the surface remains porous and the milk firing technique leaves an organic finish that can gradually fade or lighten over time, especially if the piece is washed frequently. Besides the little mushrooms, I also have some candle holder and future pendants. I think they turn out quite nice. As you might remember, they were made from light clay and milk firing looks darker on light clay. I like the effect. And you, what do you think? This is an ocarina in archaic style or simply whistle. And now I'll show you how it sounds. So to preserve the color and texture, I use a microcrystalline wax polish, originally developed to protect museum paintings. It seals the pores and form a waterproof barrier, helping the pieces retain its rich, vibrant tones. As you can see here, the color pops really well. I also enjoy using a blend of carnauba and beeswax. It creates a slightly different effect, adding a bit more shine while still forming a natural protective layer. Both products are completely natural and not toxic, making them safe for everyday use. By the way, I've just opened a shop on Etsy where I'll be listing my ceramic pieces. Those little mushroom candle holders will be there too. The shop is still a work in progress. I'm working on banner and listing all the items, making nice pictures, but it's coming very soon. So make sure to subscribe to not miss any updates. You're welcome also to follow my shop on Etsy. And if you have any questions, you're very welcome to ask them in the comments. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next